everybody, Amanda Caton here. Hope you are doing well. I'm excited today to share with you my review of the book Home Learning Year by Year by Rebecca Rupp. So I saw this book recommended by a fellow homeschool YouTuber, and before she'd even talked about it, she held up the book and I knew instantly I wanted to look at this book. I went over to Amazon, I bought it right away, and I have been poring over it since it arrived a couple of weeks ago. So as you can tell, it has a lot of tabs in it. So spoiler alert, I really liked this book. It is extremely comprehensive. It has more information in than you will ever need. And I kind of love that because it means I can use this as reference for my entire homeschool career. So let me talk to you a little bit about how this book is set out and the things that I loved most about it. Okay, so it's set out grade by grade. She's going to talk you through all of the subjects and the expectations for kids at every grade level. Now, this isn't meant to be, you're not meant to read this and say, oh no, my child hasn't learnt that and they're in grade 3 and they were meant to learn it in grade 2. That's not the purpose of this book at all. It is a great template for figuring out, especially if you're collecting and making your own curriculum and not buying pre-packaged. It's a way for you to figure out, what should my child be learning in kindergarten language arts? What math should they be mastering in 3rd grade? These are questions I don't know the answer to. I was in school, I'm 40, so it's been a long time since I was in school. I don't know the expectations for each grade. And so for me as a homeschool mom, when I'm picking curriculum or whether I'm building my own curriculum around a subject, it's nice for me to have a guide to know these are the things that I should be including in each grade. It's also helpful if you're, I've got this book for my, I started homeschooling in kindergarten. I just got this book. And so I can look back and say, did my daughter cover that in kindergarten, or is that a gap in her education that I need to try and fill? And so it's great for that. Let me give you an example of that. I have so many tabs, you guys, so many tabs. So yeah, here we go. So let's look at kindergarten, for example, kindergarten. And so she talks about, what in language arts should they learn? So they should know their upper and lowercase letters of the alphabet. They should know the letter sounds for all the consonants and short vowels. They should know, they should be able to blend short sequences and understand syllabication. That's a word, that's a big word. But then it's going to go through, recognize their own names in print, know age appropriate sight words. And then she actually puts a website in that you can go to find the age appropriate sight words for that grade. She also lists games that you can play. So if you have a child who just learns really well through games, for each subject in each grade, she's listing different games, different video games. For language arts, she's listing different read alouds that are appropriate for each level. She's going deep into what she taught for history and geography. Now, we are not following that template, but it's really cool because at each level, she's recommending amazing read alouds. So let's say your child becomes super interested in World War I. Well, you can go and look at what she says about World War I and the books that she used with her kids. And so you're able to see those recommendations. She also talks about the subject of what do we do with classics that maybe contain some language or some themes and ideas that are inappropriate today. And she basically talks about the importance of not avoiding those things, but actually using those things to be great conversation starters with our kids to talk about, why was that a wrong attitude? Why was that phrase inappropriate? And so how we can use that to start really good conversations with our kids. She even has a section, how cool is this, on how to buy a microscope. So I read that and thought, oh, a microscope. Actually, I wouldn't even know what to look for. If I looked at a microscope, I wouldn't know any of the specifications for that. So even down to really detailed help like that in this book. And again, she goes through every single grade all the way through to the end of high school. And then there's a fantastic index in the back. So if you're just looking for a specific thing, you can go in and do that. This book is amazing, you guys. Now, am I going to use every single recommendation in here? No, The way that we're choosing to do our history and our geography and our science are a little different to how she set it up for her kids, but that's fine. I really believe this is going to be a great reference for our family, and I think it could be a great reference for your family too, especially if you're just trying to figure out what should I be teaching in each grade and what are the expectations. And you could even follow this verbatim and use all the recommendations that she uses for each grade to build your own curriculum. So I've tabbed it a lot. I highly recommend it. I think it's a great book for every homeschool family's bookshelf. Have a great day.